Today, we are looking into the world of AutoCAD and Python again. I'll demonstrate how to access and manipulate object types, colors, and layers in AutoCAD, not through the usual interface of AutoCAD, but using Python. This is just a tip you might need to complete your great piece of code to automate AutoCAD and customize it to your need. Let's see how. I would start by importing the EasyDXF library, which will help me to access the DXF files and manipulate them. Then I would create a variable called doc or document equal easydxf.new r2010, which basically will create a new DXF file with the version 2010 or 2010. Now I need to create or add new entities to the model space. So first I want to access the model space. So I created MSP variable to access that model space within AutoCAD. Then I would need to add, for example, a line entity. So I called the MSP, which is the definition of the model space, and then I called for function add line within that model space. And of course, I need to define a starting point and end point in order to create that line. So it's pretty similar to doing it in AutoCAD. You would need a start point and then a second point. Last, I need to save the DXF document, so call the doc variable dot save as, then go and copy the path where you want to save that file to, and then just add the name of the file at the end, .dxf. I put R there just to fix the style of it. Now, it's very similar to doing that in AutoCAD, so you would do save as, then choose the file type and version, and do the save as. Now, run the code. A new file is created called sample2.dxf file. If I open that file, you will find the line is created inside. If I open the properties, I would notice the coordinate, the X and Y coordinate for the start and end are matching what I asked for in the code. Going back to Python, now I want to specify the line type of that line to be dashed. So let's see how we can change the attribute of that line. So if I call the DXF attributes equal curly brackets, it's like a dictionary, and then I name the attribute line type colon and put the value of that attribute as dashed. Very similar when you do it in AutoCAD and you choose the line type to be dashed. Run the code, open the DXF file, and you will find that line became dashed. The remaining part I will cover is how to deal with layers. So I will create first the model space again, MSP equal doc.model space. Then I will call for doc.layers.add and call that new layer as my lines. Specify a color for that layer equal, let's say 7, and then the line type equal dashed. It's very similar to AutoCAD. When you create a layer, you can change the color of it, you can change the line type, etc. Now I will call for the add line function and specify the start and end points. And similar to what I did for changing the line type, I will assign the layer in this case. So again, DXF attributes, and then the attribute is layer, and the value is going to be my lines, which is the layer that I just created in the previous line. Now run the code, and let's change the color to 1 because I know this is going to be the red color, and you can see the line is created with red color and it's assigned to a layer called my lines. You could also move an entity to another layer from the current layer. So if I call the variable line.dxf.layer equal other layer, let's call just a new layer, it's called other layer. So what I'll do is assign the line to that new layer, but it appears because I haven't defined a variable for the line, it's underlined in Visual Studio. So I need to define it. So you can add line just before the add line function. So line equal MSP.add line, etc. So now we have a variable called line, and we can call for the layer attribute and assign it to other layers. Now, if you run the code and open that DXF file again, now you can see the line is solid again. And if I click on it, the layer is called other layer. So it changed the layer from my lines to other layer. That's the last bit. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more tutorials. Check out these other videos for more Python and AutoCAD tips.